In part 1, we watched the initial police response after officers arrived at 700 East 17th Street in Little Rock and found Michelle Butler face down in the parking lot. At first, the call came in as like a woman had been hit by a vehicle, but when officers arrived, they realized that this wasn't just a crash. Michelle had been run over and she had also been shot. Now in part 2, we're going to go deeper into the official police homicide file and breaking this down the same way investigators had to break it down. Witness by witness, statement by statement, and timeline by timeline. Because this case is not just about what police found when they arrived. The case is about what people saw before police ever even got there. According to the official case file, this happened August the 20th, 2025 at 2:54 in the afternoon. Outside of a school in broad daylight with staff, witnesses, and surveillance cameras all becoming a part of the investigation. And one thing that keeps coming up is the same black Volkswagen Jetta with a black spare tire. The first witness that we're going to talk to is Felicia. And according to the file, detectives spoke with Felicia around 3:26 that afternoon. And she told detectives that she was alerted by another staff member there was a disturbance happening in the back parking lot of the school. When she responded to the rear of the school, she saw a black older model Volkswagen Jetta driving aggressively through the parking lot. Felicia then stated that she saw an unknown male get out of the vehicle, and after he exited out the vehicle, she heard approximately 4 gunshots. She did not know who the suspect was at the moment, and she did not know why he was shooting, so she went back inside the school after hearing the gunshots. But here's what stands out. Felicia also said that she saw earlier in that day, during the lunch break, that same black Volkswagen Jetta sedan with the all-black spare tire in the immediate area of the school. From Felicia's statement, we already have 3 major details. The black Volkswagen Jetta has been seen around the school earlier. The vehicle was later seen driving aggressively in the parking lot. And after a male exited the vehicle, she heard gunshots. Now let's go straight into the next witness statement. Detective spoke with Chantrice around 3:35 that afternoon, and according to the file, Chantrice said she was alerted by other staff members as well that Michelle Butler had been struck by her vehicle in the back parking lot. And when Chantrice responded to the back parking lot, she saw that same black Jetta with that spare tire driving aggressively as well. Notice how both statements are very similar. So we're not going to dive super deep into her statement, but we will say that Chantrice says she saw Michelle Butler laying on the ground, and then she saw that black Jetta drive towards Michelle and come to a stop. According to Chantrice, she saw that same black male get out of the driver's seat, walk over to Michelle while she was laying on the ground, and fired approximately 4 to 5 shots. That is a major statement because Chantrice is not only just saying she saw the car driving erratically, she had just witnessed the execution of Michelle Butler. Now, I'm going to correct myself right here because I'm really not sure how to pronounce her name. Some people say Michelle and some people say Michelle. Either way, we're paying our love, condolences, and respects to her family. Now let's continue with Chantrice's statement. She described the suspect as a dark-complected, short, stocky guy. And some now notice that there's 2 witnesses that are saying the same thing as the timeline gets darker. Now let's recap those 2 statements. Felicia, she hears the gunshots after seeing the male exit the vehicle. And Chantrice says she sees Michelle laying on the ground, and then she sees the driver get out and shoot her 4 to 5 times. That means when the officer arrived in part 1 and realized that Michelle had been run over and shot, that matched exactly what witnesses had already been saying. Now let's move on to Tammy. Detective spoke with Tammy around 3:50 that afternoon. And according to the case file, Tammy said around 2:35 p.m. she spoke with Michelle. Michelle told her that Dwayne Nooner had come to the school, and Michelle described him as hyper and told Tammy that there had been an ongoing verbal altercation with her ex-husband. And Michelle also told Tammy what was going on outside. That detail matters because this file is no longer only talking about a random vehicle. This statement connects the school and Dwayne Nooner before the deadly attack even happened.
Give me a suspect. Where is he? Where is he? Stand back.
Driving that car.
What color car?
Black car. I don't have a driver's license.
Black male?
Yeah, he gave me dispatch. Came out, saw the people there.
Sam 704. Information. Go ahead and start me Mims and rescue. I do have a female subject down. the backside, the west side of the building. Information: suspect supposed to be in a black vehicle. Unknown make and model, black vehicle. Ma'am.
3-3 interactive location.
Why don't you guys wait up there for me? Tell staff stand by. Anybody who saw something, wait up there for me.
Giving you suspicions of Brad, just the whole northwest corner of the school here, start setting up crime team tape. They'll make it big. That's my priority right now. So just getting up there to be on screen.
I got you.
Put that man traffic.
704, be advised, vehicle is supposed to have a donut or a spare on the vehicle. Black vehicle with a spare on the tire. Spare for one tire.
Now let's pause for a second, because this is exactly how detectives build a case. Most of the witnesses noticed that the car was speeding through the parking lot while it drove over Michelle. And then another witness says that she saw the actual shooting and the suspect, Dwayne Nooner. And another witness mentions that Michelle had already said that Dwayne had been at the school acting extra hyper. Now that brings us into the next witness, Quinterion. According to the file, detectives spoke with Quinterion the next day on August 21st, 2025, around 6:09 p.m. And Quinterion told detectives that he was currently involved in a romantic relationship with Michelle. And at the time of her death, he said that before the incident, he had received a phone call from Michelle while she was returning to the school from her lunch break. He said Michelle told him that she saw Dwayne Nooner parked in the back rear of the school. And according to Quinterion, Michelle told Dwayne Nooner she questioned why he was at the school. And Nooner allegedly said that he was completing a DoorDash food delivery order at that location. Quinterion told detectives that Michelle said he was too old to be pulling up to her school during lunch break. And then she returned to the school and called him. He said that Michelle returned to the school. She FaceTimed him shortly after and said Nooner was trying to strike her with his vehicle. Quinterion also told detectives that while the vehicle was moving towards Michelle, he could see Nooner attempting to strike her. He said Michelle dropped the phone during the attack, and even though he could still hear her, she could not retrieve the phone because Nooner was striking her with the vehicle. Quinterion said that he stayed connected to the FaceTime and started trying to call the law enforcement and family members to get help to that location. That statement is heavy because Quinterion said Michelle was not only being attacked, she was on FaceTime during this part of it. Imagine being romantically involved with someone, and while you're on the phone with them on a FaceTime call, you are basically a witness to them being attacked and ultimately their demise, just knowing that you were their last phone call. Me being in those shoes myself before, it truly hurts and it never leaves your mind. So with that being said, we will also keep Quinterion in our thoughts and prayers, as he has a long road ahead during the healing process. Now let's see what Desolin has to say. According to the case file, detectives contacted Desolin around the incident, and Desolin said that she had responded to Michelle Butler's classroom around 1:35 p.m. to pick up Michelle's small child. Then around 2:45, Desolin said that she was alerted by other staff members that there was a disturbance happening in the back of the school parking lot. And when she responded to the back of the school parking lot, she saw the black sedan with severe damage to the front bumper. And then she said that she saw the black male get out of the car. She heard multiple gunshots. And after hearing gunshots, she ran back into the school to secure the children. So Desolin's statement adds another important piece. By the time she sees the vehicle, the front bumper has already been damaged. That lines up with other statements saying that Michelle was struck by the vehicle before the shooting. And it also shows how fast it went from being in a parking lot disturbance to a safety situation. Because Desolin said after hearing those shots, she ran back into the school to protect the children. This happened at a school where staff members had to go from witnessing violence outside to securing children inside. Now let's talk about another witness, Marquila. According to the file, detectives spoke with Marquila on Friday, August the 22nd, 2025 at 1 p.m. Marquila said that she was at the school during the lunch break and was speaking with Michelle Butler. She said she observed the black Jetta was sitting in the back rear parking lot, and according to the file, that vehicle was being operated by Dwayne Nooner. Marquila also said that Michelle began speaking with Nooner, but she could not hear exactly what was being said between them. She said that Michelle told her that Nooner wasn't banned from the school, but he should not be there. That part stands out because it suggests that Michelle recognized his presence at the school as a problem before the attack ever even happened. Marquila said at that point, she walked away and left the area. Shortly after that, around 2:45, she heard approximately 5 gunshots. She said that she saw other staff members running from the parking lot, and Michelle was located outside. Marquila said she did not personally observe Michelle being struck by the vehicle, and she did not personally see who shot her, but that is important because on Arkansas Dark Side, True Crime TV, it's not about twisting statements. We separate what each witness saw from what they heard and what they were told. Marquila saw the vehicle, saw Michelle concerned, heard the gunshots later, and saw staff running, but she did not witness the actual strike nor the shooting herself. This still matters because her statement helps show that Nooner and the black Volkswagen were allegedly present before the shooting ever happened. Let's move on to Brittany. According to the case file, detectives spoke with Brittany on Monday, August the 25th, around 3:12 p.m., and Brittany stated that she made contact with Michelle during the lunch break, and Michelle told her she would be in the rear parking lot of the school. Brittany stated that she observed a black male sitting in a black Volkswagen Jetta, and that Michelle had begun to back away from the black Jetta. That detail gives us another witness statement describing the interaction before the attack escalated. Michelle backing away from the vehicle suggests that something was already wrong. And honestly, y'all, after going through all these witness statements, one thing becomes very clear. Multiple people describe seeing that same black Volkswagen Jetta. Multiple people describe seeing Michelle Butler appear to be concerned before the attack. And multiple witnesses described hearing gunshots after Michelle was struck. We still haven't got to the surveillance timeline yet, because according to the official homicide file, investigators later obtained the surveillance footage that was documented the vehicle movements throughout the parking lot before Michelle Butler was ultimately run over and shot. And once we start breaking down those timestamps in part 3, the timeline gets even more disturbing. We also are going to go through Dwayne Nooner's own statement to detectives and compare what he said up against the witness statements and surveillance evidence. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to Arkansas Dark Side True Crime TV for more real case breakdowns based on official case files, body cams, interrogations, witness statements, raw evidence. And if you want early access with exclusive content, make sure you join our channel membership. Oh, and don't forget to check out Street Mothers Podcast, where you can watch raw interviews, real stories with real experiences. Thank you for watching, and part 3 is coming soon. Now let's continue with the rest of this arrest footage.
Alright, stuff them, turn the air on. Swag your feet for me. We're not in a rush to sit in a pump. It's not in the way or anything. Tempo. Is that his charger? Yep.
Hey, I get fine today, baby.
You just gotta take some breaths. I was trying to talk you through it. It's probably the car. Oh. Couldn't get out. Nobody would shut up. No, he's fine. He laid down. He's fine. We're all fine. I just couldn't get out. That's the only reason I hit that. And I couldn't figure out what channel we were supposed to be on. They said secondary 2 and not a word was spoken on secondary 2 the entire time. Was the rear air on?
93, can you reset your portable? So they're on.
She okay? She okay?
Is the air on back there? It ain't. You can't feel no air?
No.
It might take a little minute.
Can I get some of my water that's out the car? Can you grab my water bottle? You hear me?
Huh?
I say, can you go grab my water bottle and can I drink some of my water out of there?
Hang on.
There's a big jug of cold water in that car. Excuse me, officer.
Huh?
Can I get some of that water that was in my car?
Hang on. Huh? I was that and he's like, go on. I guess I'm trying to switch the channels and go ahead and turn the camera on. And I was like, that's where my phone, that's where my phone was over there. Hey, you went. Show me around from my location to 12th Street DO with one black male starting at 4 o'clock.
Restart your team.
Time is 15:41.
Yeah, I can get around. Get around to do things.
Hey, I'm so hot, obviously. He was right there at the street, Shell, crossing Starbucks. I was trying to get her introduced him. And, he looked at us, started walking, he was going to run off. Then kind of started walking off as we came around the punks. I took that back and I said, hey, get on the ground. Just looked at me and laid down. Probably in the car. But it's not too close. Why not? You need your car, I'll send you to the car. Just tell your name, they'll send it to the thing. Ooh, you're both locked in. Yeah, I bet. I'll call you back when the Wi-Fi gets that, but yeah. I'll ask him about it. But yeah, I bet it is. Yeah, she saw right before I left. Yeah, about, no, 3 times a second. I turned my head right when she turned her head. She goes, I think that's it. I was like, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
We might have to use a roulette. I don't think the air's working too great, and I don't really want him fainting back there. If the air's not even working that great, you need
I asked him, was it working? He said he didn't feel nothing.
yeah. Roulette's what's working. Once we get out in traffic, get your window up. That'll probably help the air a little bit. I'm working on it. If you're asking about the car stuff. No. It might be his then collect it.
70, go ahead.
He might have had something in his hand. I don't remember. I've watched my camera back. Kind of right between where we were parked and the road, probably maybe 20 yards in front of our car. So close to the road, probably by where you parked. It might be. Could be, yeah. Just go ahead and retain it. If not, we'll score it down property. I'm trying to remember. I was watching his hands, and he had something, but I can't remember if it's a phone or not. Yeah. Hayes is saying he had a phone. Yeah,
Like
collect
iPhone
that.
with an iPhone, like on the case.
Ah.
Doing 37 to Center Day.
Sorry, I was answering. Hawkins called me with a phone. I was making sure. Yep, we'll do. I'll let me get him settled in the room. Right there. No. He walked off from the car towards the interstate across the parking lot. So he made it probably 30 yards from that pump in a northeast direction. No. He made it wherever they just found that phone. Ask Hawk where he found that phone. That was his phone. That's where he laid down. Yep, I'll get one when we get him in the phone.
Okay, and there we go.
For registration or 101 West 22, 1101 West 22. Education, study of the computer second software.
So remember, like, we did get the South most of them will pay. Don't want them to get away. B, could be people showing up. People take videos, people shoot their legs. And, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of little same thing. Get the ones that get 19 with them later, it depends on how long this takes. If they get like talking way late in the night, probably will be considered full. Same thing. Will the Sally Port come out straight down? Depending what the looks like the jail later, straight there, Sally Port too.
Bring my stuff up.
All run up there, so it's been
What was it called, sir? Money. Start the subject down. 4:30 in front of you. There's like 4:30 in front of you. Three white males hanging out of the window. The light lights on their country. They're about to be expecting. We also disregard the subject that subject is on the ground. Flipping.
2X93.
Any question or permission for 4801 service, 4801 service, apartment 505. Followed by the roadway of past the apartment and damage with commercial work.
I had a feeling I'm like,
And say what? 630 starts with service in progress, 4123 West 21st Street, 4123 West 21st Street. So the service in progress, calling about the female that has been harassing experiences at this location. White female, 38 years old, wearing a black shirt and black pants. Her name is Lisa Ashley Trolley. She was on the floor. She is a caller call back to Westland Council because she failed check your system. Black male named Philip Stewart with a gray shirt and black pants.
I'm saying this is shoot over real quick to try to get up here this way. Are we in a rush? I don't get it. Yeah.
You're like, no, you was like, and then I saw him, and you were like, go, and I was like, hey, bro, you told me to call that.
Go and be calm at the same time.
He was just like, I was thinking.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's
since I've done that with anybody working. Nails in the code.
yeah, you was like,
Be calm in, go.
yeah, I was.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
In my whole head,
I need you to be urgent, but I need you to calm down.
in my head, I was thinking, it's fine.
None of it. Can I have the time that the Necro Hill from the
Too much water. You might equal 23 Charles 730. You might need water.
anybody.
Traffic.
Copy it, right?
Oh, yeah. 15 5.